Welcome to Sing Sky. It is Shelby here with Tyler, and it is officially Texas Tech softball season. We've been waiting all the way since July when they were national runner-up, one game away from a national championship. Last year was kind of like a Cinderella feeling. People didn't know what to think about this team or what they do, what they wouldn't do. Now everybody has a lot of expectations for this team this year. In fact, they're preseason ranked number 1 in a lot of polls, number 2 in some polls, but we're going to go number 1 and the one that matters. I think we're tied with Texas. A tie is stupid. It makes preseason polls be even dumber than they already are. But since we're number 1, we're going to count them. We brought in the best transfer portal class in the country. Number 3, number 4, number 6, number 7, number 22, number 25, and number 231st ranked players joined a roster that was already pretty stacked with returners with someone named Nyjah Kennedy. Then you have Maya Davis, both preseason All-Americans. The Alana Johnson out in right field that should have been a preseason All-American, been tearing it up. You got Lauren Allred. You got all the returners from last year. Haley Toney, team captain at sophomore, best shortstop in the Big 12 and maybe the country. Give it to her. I could keep going, but we're about to break down the whole roster in a minute. You have all these players plus that transfer portal class. Now you have a number 1 ranking. You have a team that could absolutely win a national championship. And dare I say there's going to be people disappointed if they don't. Now, the team has been very clear about, hey, we know that everybody at the top is saying they're going to win a national championship. We understand that's our goal, but we're going to play the best we can, take it one game at a time and see where it takes us. They understand, but it's wild. When have we gone into a season in a sport and truly said to ourselves, a national championship is borderline the expectation, at least playing in the Final Four and that thing. I think we've hoped it about football. I think we've hoped it about basketball before. But it's expected right now, and that's crazy. We've never had a preseason number 1 team in any sport, I don't believe. So this is new territory for Texas Tech. It all starts on Thursday night against McNeese State. At McNeese State, Nyjah Kennedy is starting in the game. It will be streamed. One of the few games you can watch. Only, I think, maybe 2 games you can watch this weekend of the opening week. They also play Texas A&M, but I'm going to kick it over to Tyler to break down the rest of this weekend's schedule, and then we're going to show you a clip from Coach Glasco that happened today at their little media availability, and then we'll jump into the roster and break down all the people. We have X Factors and sleeper picks for you as well at the end, so stay around if you want to bookmark us and make fun of us, or more likely bookmark us and be like, wow, y'all were so smart in about 5 months when we tell you exactly who's going to matter this season. That's what's going to happen. All right, Tyler, who are we playing this weekend?
Yeah, so this weekend, we kick it off in McNeese on Thursday, and then the next day we'll play at 11 a.m. Friday against North Texas, revenge game, if you will.
This is true.
Yes,
People that
after
know that
last
know.
year. Yeah, people that know that know. Then we'll take University of Louisiana Monroe later that day at 1:30 p.m. And then the gals are going to go from Lake Charles, Louisiana, up to College Station, Texas. Houston Red Raiders, packet red, or if you want to go to the women's game on Saturday, I'm totally okay if you go to that too, the
Yeah,
women's
pick and
basketball game.
choose
Yes,
basketball. It's fair.
or
It's fair.
softball. One of the two, it'd totally be fine. As a matter of fact, you could probably go to the women's basketball game and then travel over for the night game that Tech softball will play. But they'll kick
That's the
off.
perfect choice.
Yes,
Yes.
right there. Get 2 in one day. But if you want to watch the big one against number 11 Texas A&M, we beat them. We went 1-1 last year in College Station. We take them on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. It'll be on SEC Network Plus. I think if you have an ESPN Plus account, it should work. Don't quote me on that. Don't want to make y'all mad, but it'll be a very, very big game. First big test of the season. And then later that night, we'll take on Providence at 7 p.m. on that Saturday. And then we'll wrap up our weekend in College Station against Bryant at noon on that Sunday. So very, very exciting things. And then we'll get to the big Clearwater tournament, the real Clearwater tournament. Last year we made it into the oh yeah, the little bubble one. This one is the legit one, taking on number 7 Florida State, number 9 Nebraska, and then that following weekend we'll go to Mary Nutter in California, and the only big team we're playing a bunch of really respectable mid majors, but the big one that everyone's circling is we're playing the reigning 2020 Olympic gold medalist,
Chill.
Team Japan. There have been several. U.S. has not won a gold medal in softball in a long time. Japan has really had our number. I don't think the last time we won it was maybe either 2000 or 2004. So it's been a while. So if Nyjah Kennedy can get that under her belt, some of the U.S.'s best softball pitchers to ever come through could never get a gold medal against Japan in the Olympics. So this would be a huge, huge game. Again, I don't know how it won't count obviously in the record thing, but I think all eyes are going to be on Texas Tech. I mean, they're representing America. And then we've joked, if we can beat Team Japan, then just make this Texas Tech softball team be the Team USA. Like, like just that can just be Team USA in 2028 when we're in LA, or actually they'll play in OKC that year for that. But lots of
Sure.
exciting
Not
games
very
on the
far.
non-con. Again, I know we had issues with scheduling non-con, things like that were happening, but we were able to make the
People
most
scared.
out of it. People are scared, but we were able to make the most out of it. And yeah, the season literally starts on Thursday, and it just seems like we've just been waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's like Christmas morning is finally almost here.
Yeah, I can't wait. Just a question for you, Tyler. Did Monica Abbott ever beat Japan?
She did not. She never got a gold medal
Oh,
against Japan. Yeah, only
that's
silver.
interesting. If you
Yeah,
know,
interesting.
you
If you
know.
know, you
If
know.
you know, you know. Yeah, no, I'm excited for that Japan game. It won't count in like obviously the standings or anything, but voters are voting about your team, so it will count in the votes because they're gonna see how good we are against that team, and they'll pick based on that. It's just not gonna count towards like your RPI or anything like that because they're not an NCAA team, but it will count as far as eye test. And we asked Nigel Kennedy and Alana Johnson, and we interviewed them. It's a few episodes back now. If you'd like it, I'll put it in the comments along with our interview with Jerry Glasgow and Tara Archibald as well. I'll drop both of those in the comments so you can watch them if you missed them. We asked those two players about it, and they're very excited. They said it'll be a good chance to see kind of what they're made of early in the season and what they can do. So yeah, we're gonna post that picture and say, I mean, it's not a lie. Like it is also a little bit of an audition for some of these players that will be eligible to be on that 2028 team, particularly Kennedy. But there's quite a few players. I mean, Terry was with Team USA along with Kennedy this summer. A lot of
Hmm.
people could have a chance, and I'm sure Jerry will throw a lot of people into that game to give them all their moment. So that will be streamed, hopefully, surely to goodness. We'll be able to
You
watch
would
that
hope.
game. I think most of the games in those tournaments are on some sort of streaming thing, but we'll see. So that is what's coming up. Again, check out the schedule, all the things. But the team, who's on the team? If you've lived under a rock, we're about to break it down. But first, I'm sure you're wondering, oh, you talking about all this talent you broke down in the beginning, the returners, the transfers. How in the world are they going to make a lineup? Who's going to go out there? Well, that was, of course, asked to Jerry Glasgow today at their media availability. I'm going to play the clip for you because he kind of breaks it down as Jerry does. And he goes off on all sorts of things, gives you the stats and all the things that he's been seeing from the fall to the spring. So you get some tidbits on some players that have really been showing out, both in the fall and some that have been shown out in the spring that necessarily weren't in the fall. So he gave some good tidbits in this that I don't even know if Tyler's seen yet. We're going to let y'all watch it, and then we'll come back and break down the rest of the roster for you.
Really competitive spring. I think there's 14, 15 kids we could put out there on opening night, and our locker room wouldn't be surprised with those kids starting. Um, but I think also we've had some movement in the last 10 days where players just really got comfortable and showed how talented they are. Jazzy Barnes, some of the newer kids weren't as comfortable in the fall as the kids that had been here before, and they understood my system, they understood our hitting and our BP. And so one thing we saw in the fall was the kids that returned just were way ahead of the kids that transferred in. And that's changed in January. When we got back in January, Jazzy Burns become really comfortable. Taylor Panel has been absolutely outstanding the entire preseason. Hit over 600 clip this whole entire spring. And then Alon Johnson's leading the team in RBIs the fall and led the team in RBIs again this spring. So we got some players that's really made statements. Jazzy Burns has hit 6 home runs in 33 preseason at bats. It's one of her 5.6 at bats. She's hit a home run. She made a loud statement this spring. So I think that when we put the lineup out there, my hope is that the team will understand why we're doing what we're doing, and I hope we're on the same page.
There you go. So a lot of people showing out. No surprise at Taylor Panel, but over 600 that's stupid. Particularly because of the pitchers they're going against that we're about to get into. That's Nigel Kennedy. Like, if you don't know who Nigel Kennedy is, like, where you been? I don't think she needs much
Literally.
of an introduction. She had a 1.11 ERA for Texas Tech last year, pitched in 240 innings, 319 strikeouts. Also, new to her for us was she was hitting, basically an everyday hitter. She hit 278 with 11 home runs and 34 RBI. A lot of that at the plate came earlier in the year before she got injured. It was not
Mm.
talked about. It actually happened in that UNT game. That's why we said, if you know, you know, that we lost. And so she was battling through an injury all year that then was finally made public after the year, and just going through it. And Jerry did say today that she's healthier than he's ever seen her. So that's great. And he
Wow.
also said someone asked you, is she going to hit as much this year? And he said, I want Nyjah Kennedy to live out her dream. And her dream is to be a ball player. She wants to hit. So as much as she earns, she's going to hit, is basically what he said. He's like, if she's one of the best hitters, she's going to hit every day in the lineup if she's healthy enough to do so. But he also said, I have an obligation to try to win a World Series for all the other players. So it's going to be a battle, but if she's probably going to be in the lineup hitting wise on opening day too. I don't know. She'll get a lot of hitting in. But yeah, pitching wise, Nyjah's going to be Nyjah. She also, little tidbit, has said that she's been adding a pitch to her repertoire. Ooh, word. That goes down. She's very well known for her rise ball, but she's added some sort of pitch that has some downward action, which would just be unfair. And she, again, this was earlier in an interview, maybe in our interview, I can't remember which, that she said that. She's like, I'm not really sure how good it is or not until we get to games, but she has said she has been working on it. So yeah, that's my tidbits on Nyjah. Y'all know who Nyjah is. If not, she's crazy. I'm really excited. It was really fun to talk to her, and yeah, I'm ready for her to show out and have fun her senior year and just dominate. Her career is going to be long after college, so this is not the end of softball for her, but she seems ready to soak in her final year of college softball with Texas Tech and hopefully do something for this university. This university that's never been done is her plan, is to bring a national championship back to Lubbock.
Yeah, Nyjah's final year could not be more exciting, especially giving her all of the help that we were able to give her in the portal. I'm super excited to kind of see where it was at because it almost makes you even think last year, like some of the games we dropped, if we would have had her bat in the lineup had she had been healthy and not had gotten injured. Like even, I mean, that last year's team didn't even have the talent that we have now, and we still were one game away from a national title. So it's just so incredible to see that from her, and also if Nyjah's working on a pitch, I will take whatever percentage that pitch is at any day over someone who's like 100% at that pitch because it's Nyjah freaking Kennedy. She can
Yeah,
literally do anything. So I don't care if she's like, oh, it's only like 60% good. Yeah, that's probably better than most pitchers 100% of that pitch. I mean, that's just how it works, right? Number one player in the entire country, guys. Don't miss out
this
on your
is true.
chance to see her in Lubbock because tickets
I
will
don't think.
not be the 8, 10,
I think
13,
it's about to
$15.
be
Yeah.
packed.
It's
You better go buy
supposed
them
to be
now. They
packed.
just put
Yes.
them on sale the other day.
On
Single
Monday.
game
Yeah.
tickets, they're probably already going. People are talking about this team. I mean, y'all better not be just yapping. Y'all better be showing up because the way y'all are talking,
Y'all
it's like you're
better.
camping out for these games, which I love. Maybe the students will camp
I
out. That would be
literally
cool.
can. In the
Yeah.
hospital little
There is
RV
is there
lot
gonna be a
thing.
student section?
Oh yeah.
Reserve student
Yes,
section?
yes, there's
Okay.
there's gonna be a student section. Looks like it's gonna
So
be
that
behind visitor dugout and then we'll fill into the outfield. So it'll just be
they're gonna
students
hate us.
all over the place.
Love that. Well, Nyjah, as I said, pitched in 240 innings last year. That is not the plan. They wanted that to be under
Mhm.
200 innings. Well, he said that after the national championship loss in the press conference after, like it was already
Mhm.
like on his mind. They were already planning to bring in somebody, and boy, did they ever bring in somebody. Talk about one of those top end pictures. Caitlin Terry, Tyler, tell the people who KT is besides a dog. Capital W.
Literal dog. KT was the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, I believe. Whenever she was there for her first year. I mean, KT has just been absolutely incredible. She was great at UCLA. She even like had to battle through UCLA, going through basically three ace pitchers last year. And she was definitely one of the top ones in the portal. I think she was the number two that came, or number three, I mean, that came out of that portal class or the portal ranking that Softball America put out. Last year, she had a 2.64 ERA. She pitched in 148 innings, had 172 strikeouts, and she also batted a little bit. Had a 257 batting average,
Sure.
had 2 home runs. I mean, KT is an absolute dog, and when you got to watch her in the fall, I mean, her spin rate is insane, all the way up in like the 1400s. I mean,
If not higher. I mean,
and if not higher. I
absurd.
mean, absurd pitches were coming out of her, and it was just like, dang,
She
we
was
have
hitting
two
really
ace
well
pitchers.
too.
She was hitting really well. I mean, she was
Stealing
getting
bases.
RBI in, stealing bases. She's
Athlete.
fast. I mean,
Athlete.
dog, literal dog.
She's a super athlete. I asked Nyjah in our interview, is it fair if we call y'all the most athletic pitching staff in the country? And before she could even answer, Alana Johnson was like, yes, it is.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
because they got those two are two-way players, and a player we're about to talk about in a minute is as well, and Desiree Spearman. Just insane. But before we talk about them, KT has taken her under her wing, I think. This rising star as a sophomore. She had some big moments as a freshman, including we didn't win the game, but she had some shutdown innings in that final game 3 At the national
She
championship
did.
against Texas, she came in and kind of like at least stabilized things and gave us a chance to come back. We just couldn't take advantage when she was a freshman on that stage. Miss Sam Lincoln, lefty, 3.5 ERA last year, 72 innings pitched and 56K. She has all the stuff in the world. She has the stuff. It's just kind of like the mental, the dog factor. And if she's hanging out with KT, I kind of like that. Like maybe that's what's gonna help her take that jump from her freshman to her sophomore year. And if she's as good as they want her to be and see that she can be, there's a world that you have three different starters during Big 12 play if Sam Lincoln can rise to that occasion. That's what they see her capability. They see her being Caitlin Terry's number 2 next year, right? If she can really become what she can become. They have a lot of faith in her. She threw a perfect game last year early in the non-con against UMass. Like she has all the stuff in the world. Stuff is not Sam Lincoln's issue. It's just about consistency and like on just that dog factor, to be honest, that belief that, yeah, you can't hit this. I'm going to go throw it because you can't hit this. And that's what Nyjah has. That's what KT has. That's what these big pitchers have is you got to be brave to go up against these big hitters in big moments and believe your stuff is your stuff. She has the stuff. She just has to believe that it's good enough. And I think there's a lot of hope that that's going to come this year. And she had a good fall, and Jerry talked about her today too, as well. That they're really excited about her. So you'll probably see her early in the season in these games. She'll get a lot of run. I don't know about on Thursday or not, but definitely Friday you have 2 games. Can't watch it, but she'll be used quite a bit in this one. So big time, Sam Lincoln. Excited to see what she does in year number 2.
Yeah, I'm super excited about Sam because I mean, she really had to go up against the best of the best hitting wise in the fall. And some nights were great for her. Some nights really could have been better, I'm sure. But I think
Yeah.
that the biggest statement that was made though was when we threw her in at West Texas A&M. And I know that West Texas A&M is D2, but they're still a really good softball team. And I mean, she absolutely had great stuff. And she wasn't going to go up against hitters that have been hitting off of her the entire fall ball. So that I think gave her a lot of confidence. I think it gave a lot of fans like a lot of like, oh wow, like Sam Lincoln is about to be like legit, could literally be the Sunday starter in these series games. I mean, just some incredible stuff coming from her. But I thought that moment really spoke out because I mean, like all fall ball, she's really in the trenches, having to go through like you have Mia Williams, Taylor Panel, the
Yeah.
Alana Johnson. I mean,
You want to
Nyjah
learn how to
Kennedy at one
trust your
point.
stuff?
Yeah,
You got
trust
to go
it.
against all of these people. And she gave up some home runs. We were there. But so did
Yeah.
Nyjah. So did KT. They all gave up home runs.
Yes.
And the thing I think is good for her to see is that when, especially KT pitched more in the fall, is like when she gave up a home run, when you watch KT in the fall, she'd give up a home run, and then it would be like Taylor Panel, and then she has to face Jazzy and all these other people right after. She would strike out the next 3 or the next
She
2 or however
would.
many left.
Yes. No,
And she would
literally.
lock in. She'd be like, "Damn it, that sucks," and then she'd lock in and get it. That's that dog factor. And it's like, yeah, Sam, if she gets that, like the stuff is there, especially from the left side. She gets it up there. So like she's touching pretty mid 70s at some
Oh
point
yeah,
from the
for
left
sure.
side. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like that's crazy stuff. So I'm excited for her. But if they need them, they have some other arms. And spoiler alert, this might be one of my sleeper or X Factor picks later, but it's Tyler's turn, so I'm gonna flip it over to him to Desiree Spearman. But someone to watch out for, another 2-way player. You'll see her in all sorts of parts of this lineup coming up.
Yeah, I have to say Dez was probably one of the most exciting players that we got to see in the fall. And we knew that she could hit. I mean, she had a 430 batting average, 20 home runs, 47 RBI over at New Mexico
Speed.
State in her first 2 years. Absolutely fast. And then we had to throw her into the circle a little bit. And I mean, she looked great. I mean, she was the starter most nights in those fall ball games. I mean, her team was really doing great. They were really they were really doing well against she was doing really well against some of these top batters. And we all had to mix the teams up, and it was like red versus black was a
Yeah.
top 25 matchup. At New
Yeah.
Mexico State, she had 3.54 ERA. She pitched in about 114 innings, and she had 118 strikeouts. Her speed tends to be it's a lot lower than what Nyjah and KT has.
Yeah.
She's more of like almost a junk pitcher, if you will, ish a little bit, but she also can get
She's
up in the
better than her junk
60s.
pitcher, but she definitely
Yes.
has some slow stuff that changes
She
pace.
does. And it's nasty. I mean, some
Mm-hmm.
of those pitches were absolutely nasty, and it can really mess with the timing of it. So, I mean, you throw her into the mix now. I mean, you have 4 to 5 pitchers that you can go to on any given night. I mean, really impressive stuff from her.
And she's another one of those, like you said, a two-way player. You have 3 of your 5 pitchers that are true two-way players. Like you probably see Spearman more in the field this year than the
Hmm.
in the circle. But I'm not even kidding. Like I really do think that you're going to see her in the circle. I think she's maybe worked her way into 4th in the rotation, and so she's ready to go as a reliever, or if they need a spot starter. They play 6 games in like 3 days coming up this weekend. That's the craziness. Like I wouldn't be shocked if Des gets a start. Like it'll be interesting to see how they use her. She's fun. She has this crow hop. She's super athletic. Like she's like big time getting air on her pitches, now that they allow that. And she has a really good changeup, I think is what the players have said is what kind of caught them in the fall. We'll see if they've caught up to it in the spring or not, but we'll find out what she does when she gets out there against other people. But she was making people look nasty. And we asked Tara Archibald about him again. Check the comments for that interview. And when we said Des, her face lit up. She was like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I love working with Des Spearman. Love working with her. And she just picks up things so fast. I think she added a new pitch as well. So we'll find out about her. Both sides of the ball. She could be your starting left fielder. I don't know. Who's starting in the left field is a big question. She's one of the people competing for that job. Again, because she plays both ways. So we'll find out on Thursday or this weekend what she does, but keep an eye on her. And then your final pitcher is like, hey, Chloe Villaseto, who was our number 2 last year, is all of a sudden like you're 5th on the list, like loaded. Like just talk about dog. She's one of those players that you watch her in the fall, you watch her in the spring, it's like whatever. You throw her out in the game and she's like a different player. She's definitely one of those dogs that like steps up in big moments typically. I think having Chloe as like a closer option or a reliever option is such an unfair weapon for this team if they need her. Just she's been in big moments. Kind of think of, I'm forgetting her name, Morgan for Texas last year, who didn't
Mac
even
Morgan.
pitch a lot. Yeah, didn't pitch a lot for them. But she had previously in her career, but she didn't for whatever for last week. Just wasn't working for her. And then when they needed her in the postseason, she was lights out for them, like to help them get out of the regional and the supers. Like they almost tripped up, and she was there against Clemson or whoever it was. Like that's kind of what I see from Chloe. Like I kind of see that moment coming for her this year. It's like you don't think that she's going to be a big part of this because of the talent ahead of her, but she has the innings and the experience, and so just to have her mind and her in that dugout, in that locker, and in the locker room and stuff. I know they called her like the team mom last year, I think is what Lex called her in our interview. So good vibes to have someone that had a 2.48 ERA with 39 Ks and almost 100 innings pitched right now in your bullpen is a luxury that a lot of teams don't have. She would be a 1 for some Big 12 teams. I'm not even kidding. And she would definitely be a 2 for a lot of Big 12 teams. Yeah. And we're sitting here like, maybe she's a reliever for us this year. Just seems unfair. I'm sure she'll get a few starts, though.
Yeah, I can definitely see what you were saying, like her having to be that person that can close the game out. I think what's really interesting about her is she's really big on like pitch to contact. So if we need some easy outs, just get it out in the outfield or even just pop one over to Haley Tony or even Taylor Pannell. Taylor Pannell was great at those this year. Turn a double play. I mean, I could definitely see us going to her, especially if we need to get something really quick and going. I mean, Chloe gives you that option. I mean, she has a lot of experience. I mean, she basically won us the Big 12 championship against Arizona State in the regular season. The Super
Remember
Regional.
She came in, she closed out the Super Regional game because Nyjah had a blister.
Literally.
She beat Mississippi State and bases loaded. She came in and got a ground ball, turned a double play, just like you said. Like that's how they're going to use Chloe this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she's going to be used this year. She's a dog for sure. Add her to the group. And then these pitchers are going to have a lot more run support than they did last year. And again, last year's offense was not. They were like top 20 for most of the season. It's just they got into the postseason when you face these elite arms and everybody is worse. But they were a decent offense last year, but they were doing it more small ball, more speed, whatever. Mm-hmm. This year they have speed and power. And it starts at the catching position, which is Lord knows who's going to play there on what nights. But it sounds like Jazzy Burns has been tearing it up. She was an All-American last year for Ohio State, right? 455 batting average with 25 home runs and 72 RBI. She's just a junior. She did that as a sophomore. So you get 2 years of her behind the plate. And she's a pretty good defensive catcher, but they brought her here for her bat, and they wanted more home runs this year. And Nyjah and Alana said she hit 3 home runs in the last 2 days when we filmed our interview.
Yeah. Crazy.
Jerry was just talking about her hitting like insane over the last few days of spring. Sounds like she's probably going to be your starter out there. But she's not alone, Tyler. Who else do they have at the catching spot?
have Lagi Quiroga from
I
Cal.
love her. Talk about dogs.
Lagi, oh yeah, oh yeah, she is an absolute dog. She's a complete vibe on the team. I mean, Lagi is gonna give y'all some great content this year. That's all I can
Mm-hmm.
say. I mean, absolutely incredible. At Cal, she had a 346 batting average. She had 12 home runs,
Chill.
44 RBI, and even in her freshman year, she had like 16 home runs. In the fall, she was ripping them out to left field and middle field. Lagi is definitely, I would say, on more of your defensive catcher end, right? She can provide a lot on offense, but defensively, she had some really great plays
She's very
this
athletic.
year. Very athletic, very fast. I'm very excited to see what Logie is going to be able to provide for this team. I mean, a KT and Logie duo, oh my gosh. Like, talk about, oh wow.
Yap at those two at your
Oh
own
yeah.
risk. Y'all better just keep it quiet in the dugout. If that's a partnership on the field, it's over.
Incredible. It's
Y'all just
over
gotta
for
stop.
everybody.
Cinema, mic them both up. I can't wait. Yeah, and she can also play other positions. That's the thing about Loggy is she'll play. There'll be times where her and Jazzy will be in the lineup together. She's a left field candidate at times as well. She could play
Hmm.
some first base as well. She'll fit in where she can. And like I said, she's very athletic. She played rugby. She played high school like tackle
Water
football as well.
polo. I mean,
Water. She
like
played every sport imaginable.
everything.
Her life is a movie, is what I believe one of the players said to a question that we've asked them over the off season, and I can't wait to get to know her more. So there's her, and then oh by the way, how about our starting catcher from last year is still around, and Vic Valdez, and her stats aren't going to blow you away. 230 batting average, 2 home runs, 28 RBI. I expect that to be a little bit better this year when she gets out there as far as like consistency because she won't be asked to be out there every day. But what I will say about Vic is she's probably going to still find her way out there because our pitchers really trust her. So now, if our pitchers, these new pitchers, gain trust with the new people quickly, then that's great. But she's such a good framer. Her and Nigel have a really good relationship. So don't forget about Vic Valdez. I think her leadership's going to be important. She can also play third base. She played a lot of third base at Louisiana. We didn't see that as much here because Bailey was locking that down. You obviously have Taylor Panel here, but if Taylor needs a day off or whatever, you could have Vic as the catcher, and then you could have Jazzy DPing for Vic or Loggy DPing. Like they could still hit for her, and she could still. So you still got Vic. Don't worry. I know she's a fan favorite, and she's a good leader on this team for sure. And again, the pitchers really that were here last year, especially, but even the new ones, I think, have come to trust how she calls the game and how she frames pitches and kind of controls the running game and stuff. So luxury at the catcher position as well.
Yeah, and I think that the big thing with Vic as well is just everyone, like every video that I've seen, like who's your hype person, like who's bringing a
Oh
lot
my
of
god,
energy into it. All of them, like it's all they all
she
have Vic
is. I could
in their mouth,
put a
literally
solo cam on Vic Valdez every game, whether she's on the field,
every
in the
game.
dugout. I would watch that. Like the content would be
I
gold.
mean, when she was freaking in the dugout, because she was battling with some sort of wrist injury, or whatever,
Yes,
she was in the
yeah.
dugout during fall ball. She was over here, like, just being a complete vibe, arguing with the umps over like
Yeah,
calls and
she come
things
out
like
and like
that.
try to get
So
tossed from the
funny,
game.
yes,
Oh, she's
but
so
literally
she's
showing leadership, and yeah, and even though maybe her stats they don't necessarily blow you away. I can vividly remember several games where I mean,
big hits.
yeah, big stick Vic at times. Utah. Literally, Utah, that last game when everyone was stressing out, she got that huge RBI. One of her
Didn't
only
she
home
get a big
runs,
hit in the
Texas
game that
A&M.
sealed the Big 12 championship
Yes, I
against
think she did too.
Arizona or her it
Yes, I
was?
think she
Didn't she
got.
have a
Yeah, I
big
think
hit
she did
in
get. I
that
think she
inning?
did get one
Yeah,
of them. Yeah, in that big inning. Oh, and
her
we
and
can't
Megan.
forget turn the burners on in game two.
The classic meme, the
The
meme that
classic
took over the
meme.
world of softball. I mean, that girl knows
Incredible.
her worth. She said, "I'm going, coach. You can't stop me." No, I love Vic. Like to the end of Earth. She's going to be a big part of this team somehow, some way. Don't sleep on her. And you have a player kicking it off in the infield that she played with at Louisiana and Lauren Allred. Tell the people at Lauren Allred if they need to know. She became a fan favorite by the end of the year.
She did. Lauren Allred, wow, absolutely incredible. She played at first base, and mind you, she single-handedly took down the dynasty of OU with the sack
I
fly.
mean, it's going to be hard to top
Yeah.
that, but let's do
It,
it in the
I
natty.
mean, I mean, what a resume! What a resume for her. I mean, she had a 357 batting average, 9 home runs, 54 RBI. We would always tweet Lauren Allred just gets hits because that's what
Just
she
gets
does.
hits, always smiling while she's like swinging mid swing. She's just beaming with a smile.
Absolutely
Love her.
great with media. Like always has the right mindset and the right headspace. I mean, Lauren Allred is definitely a fan favorite, and I'm super excited to kind of see. She sometimes played in the outfield at times. Sometimes she did play at first base. I likely she'll probably get the first base start, but she might have some competition there. But
Yeah.
Lauren, for sure, her bat is always going to be in that lineup. She is all reliable. Can always go to her and expect something big to come from her bat.
Yeah, good leader as well. She played mostly first base for us after she, won the job over. I think Jennings started there at the beginning of the year, and then
Hmm.
by like 2 weeks in the season, Lauren had won it. This year, she'll play some outfield for sure. She's a candidate to play that left field spot as well,
Hmm.
because we'll talk about her in a minute. I think Jackie Liz is competing for first base as well. There's a lot of competition, but yeah, Lauren Allred. If Lauren Allred isn't playing, she's like the best pinch hitter option in the world. Like, it's just so unfair what they have for this team this year. So I'm excited to see her. One small request, Lauren: no stomping at the plate in College Station. Hit your booms.
Yeah,
No stomping,
no
please.
stomping. Please don't.
If you know, you know. Um, Another infielder, again, Lauren is kind of a utility player, but this Mia Williams is going to be your starting second baseman, right? We know this. She was an All-American at Florida at second base. Hit 335, 19 home runs, and 44 RBI. They brought her here for that power. She might be a player. I mean, if she hits for a big average, great, but they brought her here to hit ya booms, to hit home runs, and to bring power in the middle infield that we didn't necessarily have all the time last year. Defense is what a lot of people talked about. I've seen a player that looked pretty feisty on defense in the fall. Yeah, she'll probably make an error here or there, but she flat out dives for every ball she can
And
from
she's not
fall. So like,
scared. Hmm.
yeah, she's not scared. So that's great, and she's hilarious. So good vibes coming from Mia. I'm really excited for her to get out there and show what she can do. Let the haters
Yeah,
sleep.
and the coaches said that she's super fast. So don't be
Yeah, did
shocked if
not
she can
did
get
not
to first base before
realize
the ball
that.
even gets out there if it's in play. But she'll always be hitting the ball out of the park, so
They
that
said
won't have
she's
to be
as
a
fast as
concern. But
Logan Holloman. Like, that is Logan Holloman is a torpedo of speed, y'all. Y'all have seen the
literally,
tweets.
literally,
So that's impressive. I'm excited to watch Mia, one of those big time transfers that came in from Florida. One of the many All Americans you brought in. Uh, One of the maybe will be an All American before her career is over. Should be one Haley Tony at shortstop. Tyler, y'all better not need to know who this is, but let them know just in case they've been sleeping.
yeah. In case you've been sleeping on the best shortstop in America, Butter as her nickname, 'cause she's always smooth with it. 332 batting average, 7 home runs, 36 RBI, had the clutchest home run ever against UCLA, had that incredible hit against OU that I thought was out of the park, but at least she was able to set up Miss Lauren
Everybody
Allred
did,
for the win of the year. Yeah, everybody did. I mean,
including
Haley
her.
Tony, I mean, one of the best defenders I think I've ever seen. It's just because she was a freshman last year,
Smooth.
threw her in there and just absolutely smooth with it. At one point, she had not made a single error in conference play. I mean,
I don't think she
wow.
did.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't
the
think she
Big
did
12
at all.
tournament she made one,
Yeah,
but I
but
don't even
not
know
in
if she did.
conference play. I
I don't
mean,
think she did.
that's incredible. That's a crazy stat. I mean,
That's
against the Big
absurd.
12.
Not
I mean,
incredible. That's
like,
absurd.
you're going up against like some really great hitters at Oklahoma State,
Yeah.
Arizona State. Oh, yeah,
You could
not a
be you
single
could
error.
be like the world. You could put a pro shortstop out there, and I think most of them would make at least one error
No,
in
literally.
as many games. Like, it's just a silly stat.
It's Haley Tony for you. Haley Tony right there.
Yeah,
Sophomore, team captain. I mean, I think that
it's true.
speaks a
Big
lot
time
to everything. That she was a team captain, going to be a leader. Exciting
for
stuff.
sure. She'll be next to a new little partner in crime out there at third base. One All American Taylor Pannell came over from Tennessee. Hit 398, 16 home runs, and 65 RBI. Uh, Lauren Allred was my favorite hitter last year, pure hitter. Taylor Pannell is going to battle Lauren Allred for the best pure hitter on this team. I mean, she's hitting 600, over 600 in spring, according to Glasgow. She was tearing it up in fall. She is just a pure hitter. She could be like your 3-hole hitter. I don't know. We're gonna see what the lineup says on Thursday, but like, that's usually like a powerful spot. Like that your best
Hmm.
hitter usually goes in that range, and then you put someone with power behind them. But like, she can just do a lot of things. She can hit for power. She can hit it into the gap. She can move runners. She's got good enough speed that she can beat out plays if she needs to. And she's a better defender than people could give her credit for sure. And actually, I think Taylor might have been the one he said was the most improved defender. Both him, he talked about Taylor and Mia both improving a
Hmm.
lot on defense. But Hunter saying that every time he came in the office, he'd be like, Taylor Pannell, most improved defender on the team every day. So, and she was pretty good. She had a pretty good defensive rating, if you will, on the softball side coming over from Tennessee, especially coming down on short plays and stuff, which is something that a lot of people were concerned about because Bailey was so good at that last year. But I think all around Taylor is a little bit more experienced, and she definitely hits for power. that's the theme of everybody they brought in. The girl
Mm-hmm.
hits bombs, ya booms, if you will.
Literally.
Everybody in this lineup does. Like they better have ordered a lot of extra softballs this year because I'm glad we have people sitting in the outfield because they're gonna have to throw them back. No keeping the softballs, y'all. We're gonna put the program under the ground. Like they're gonna be broke. These things cost money, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm prepared to type in Taylor Panel ya boom like 900,000 times this year. That's a little exaggeration.
Yeah. Just got
She
to
could have
put it in
20
your
home
notes
runs.
app and copy paste it.
She could have 20 home runs for sure, and she could lead us in RBI as well. We'll see who gets put in that spot. Sounds like Alana's been doing that in the spring. She might be the 4-hole hitter. I'm just guessing on a lineup, but yeah, she'll be doing a lot of things.
Yeah, and as you said, finally having some power that's going to be in that lineup over there, coming from your third baseman is going to be super, super great for us. And I'll say in fall ball, I mean, she was making some absolutely incredible plays that not every third baseman is
Just
going to make. Like, I'm just talking like
chill.
balls that are only like 2 inches off the ground, like going super fast at it, and boom, she was able to get the out, able to make a play and throw a runner out at home. I mean, Taylor Panel is going to add so much defensively and offensively, and I just think that she's definitely going to be one of the the most exciting player. All of them are exciting players on the team, but I'm super happy to see Taylor in the lineup. It's going to be so fun to see her.
She's clutch. She's the one that briefly extended their season, I think, against KT actually. In that whole controversial "did they touch the plate or not" play
Oh
when they
my
hit the
God,
home run
not
that
that
came
again.
back. Yeah, touch the plate.
What a
Taylor.
game.
Lauren, you avoid stomping on the plate. Taylor, I'm gonna need you to I don't know if
Touch
that was
the
her or
hook.
not, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was all in that game. Actually, it was UCLA that did that. So she was the one that hit the home run
Okay.
before that. Then they hit the home run to take the lead. I don't know, whatever. But she hit a home run in that game to even give them a chance. Off of KT, she's clutch in the big moments. Been to the World Series, been to the big stage a couple of years. Former All-American. She's played some outfield as well. You're gonna see her third base. Spoiler alert. That's your third baseman on opening day. Coming out there. Next on the list, Jackie Liz. Tyler, let them know who that is.
Yeah,
She's gonna be
Jackie
important.
Liz. I'm super excited to see her. As we said, she's competing for that first base spot. Talk about a dog. She's a dog herself. Over at Southern Illinois for the Salukis. I mean, incredible stats. I mean, 358 batting average, 11 home runs, 48 RBI. She was the whatever conference they were in, player of the year. I forget their conference, but I mean, absolutely incredible player. Big bat.
Yeah. And she is the all-time home run leader at Southern Illinois, and she did that in 3 seasons. She owns the career home run record for the entire school in 3 seasons. Last year was like a down year for her with 11 home runs. The other 2, she had like 20. Like, people started to just kind of walk her and like not even give her a chance, or she would have had ridiculous season last year. She is strong. She does seem like she's competing for the first base job. That's just because like it's like Haley, Taylor, Mia, and all the other positions. I think she was a starting second baseman for Southern Illinois, so she can kind of play anywhere. And so if those players ever need a day off, you may not need to play like Haley Tony every single game this year. Like if she needs a breather, like you feel like you have someone in Liz who can go out there and play shortstop. She can also play outfield. She's been everywhere. In the fall, she played like every single position in the fall in the games that I was at. And the one scrimmage we got to see this year with media there, she was at first base. So something to watch. We'll see. But I've been kind of comparing her to people who have been like, how are they going to use her? Think like how they use Reagan Jennings, perhaps, but she has a lot more power, and they probably trust her a lot more defensively. So I think she'll play more than Reagan and be just an unfair pinch hitter option when she's not out there. So she can kind of rotate to every position and give people a day off and still be playing almost, half the games each week by doing that, and everybody else just stay off. You know what I'm saying? That's how she's versatile in that way. So she's going to be fun for sure.
Yeah, and I think the most exciting part about it is like she very easily could have just stayed at Southern Illinois and kept building her resume there, but she said, I want to go win a national championship. Like it's time. Her using her last year as a senior gonna do that. So I'm super excited. I love that attitude about her. She's like, I want to go win a national championship. Decides to go to Texas Tech. Great choice. Great leader.
She played travel ball with Nyjah as well, so she has a connection there with Nyjah. So she wants to go to Oklahoma City. She wants to finish her career in Oklahoma City, and she's gonna get to do that. I feel like we can say that she'll be in Oklahoma City. Someone that made her mark in Oklahoma City last year was one MK Michaela Garcia, Lubbock's own. She had 15 runs scored last year, but the one run you all remember was her steal of home against UCLA How she's gonna use this year, probably stuff like that. I mean, she could win the job in left field. Let her win it. Like there's a lot of people battling for these different jobs. She can play infield. She can play outfield. She'll spot everybody. She'll pinch run and be stealing home and doing all these crazy things. But she's a local superstar. She's only a junior this year, so she'll be one of those players that you might not think of her for a little bit, and then she'll go out there and steal home. It's crazy. She was one of the most viral players of the entire World Series because of that moment. And even KT and Taylor talked about like that being a part of the reason they came to Texas Tech was like that the coach won, that Glasgow allowed her to do that in the way that we played.
Right.
And the fact that she stepped up in that moment and did that, and she played her role, and like everybody kind of bought into the role in that way. They were just super impressed because they were there. I mean, KT was in like right field when that happened. She was outfield
Right.
at the time. And then Panel was, I don't remember if she said she was in the ballpark watching or if she was just watching at their hotel, but they all saw it and were super impressed and were like, I like this team, and she is a big part of that. So shout out MK, she's fun. I love her. I can't wait to see what she does this year.
Yeah, MK's super fun, has a great personality, and yeah, she's just going to get things done, whatever we ask her to do, whether it be pinch running, whether it be out there in the outfield, even her
Dancing.
bat. She's a great slap hitter. Also, if we need that,
I mean, she already has a national championship to
incredible.
her name at the D2 level. She was almost
A
the
UT
player of the
Tyler.
year in Division
Yes.
2 at UT. Like, she is a player.
Incredible.
We
She is a
stacked
player.
roster, but she is a player, and so if they need her, if someone goes down injured or needs a break, again, luxury. She'd be starting for other teams in the Big 12.
Literally.
But she wants to be on a contending team, so she's here doing what
Right.
she's got to do.
And gets to stay home.
For sure. Outfield, Tyler, which
Oh,
MK
wow.
can play the outfield, but who is in the outfield right now?
Oh,
for
we
this
have
team?
to talk about the Maya Davis.
Chill. Preseason All-American.
389 batting average, 5 home runs last year, 28 RBI, 27 stolen bases. The
Could've been more.
fastest player for Texas Tech softball, and she was the one that got the game-winning run against Oklahoma and ended their dynasty.
Set
I
the
mean,
school record for runs scored in a season on that play.
incredible. And she hit a cycle earlier in the year. I mean,
She did in 4 innings.
in 4 innings, mind you. Yes.
Midweek.
I mean,
Yeah.
Maya Davis, and then she's going to be making the most insane plays in the outfield. Like, I don't understand. Like, Maya Davis is going to be, like, up against the
It's in
wall,
the air.
robbing
It's
so
over.
many home runs in the air, going to be diving. I mean, if that ball's in center field and it's not going to go over the fence, I'm like, Maya's got it. Maya's got it. The most plays that you would think, oh, yeah, that's not going to happen, Maya's got it. She will run into a wall and still be able to catch the ball. She's got it.
She will. She did that in like the first game of the year last year. Like we didn't have to wait long. She ran through the fence in Clearwater and like took out the fence and caught a ball for Nyjah. So Nyjah knew from the jump, oh, this girl's got my back, and she talked
Literally.
about her in our interview too, that she'll do whatever she needs to help her team win. She is so fun to watch. Fastest player in the country, most electrifying player in the country. Finally got preseason All-American honors. Should have been an All-American last year at the end of the year. Hopefully she will be at the end of this year. That is your starting center fielder. We don't even need to talk about it. We know who's starting at center field. Maya Davis, know the name, love the name. I think a lot of people learn to love her by the end of the year. We don't need to convince people anymore on Maya Davis. Y'all know. Maybe y'all still need to be reminded who won the Alana Johnson is. I'm going to guess she's your starting right fielder. We'll find out on Thursday, but all things are pointing to that. That's where she played last year. She apparently has been leading the team in RBI in the spring, just like she did the fall. Makes me wonder if she's getting a little bit of a 4-hole action in the lineup. We'll find out where she is in that lineup on Thursday, but we got to talk to her. Big fan of Alana just as a human, but
Huge
just
fan.
a great ball player. Like she's so good. Her defense has gotten better. She was robbing home runs left and right. Like I personally was there for one of them where she just climbed the wall like light work and grabbed it, brought it back, and then just all in one motion was jogging back to the dugout while everybody else was just like, "Did y'all saw that, right?"
Did y'all see that?
Like it was like nothing. And then she's hitting home runs. She hit 310 with 9 home runs and 46 RBI. Really came on in the back half of the season. Like if I had the splits in front of me, it had to be something like hit over 400 from about midway through the season through the end of the season. Like she really got comfortable as the season went on, and you started to see the Alana Johnson come out as they went on. So yeah, she could lead us in RBI if she's getting kind of in that middle of the lineup action and hitting the way she's been. Keep an eye on her. I've been saying she's been snubbed for all these preseason awards. She could be an All-American. I mean, they can only pick so many people. Will they pick 2 from one team? I don't know, but if she forces them into it in the outfield, let her do it. But I think that's pretty clear. Your center field and your right field are going to be Maya and Alana to open on opening day. The question mark, Tyler, is who's playing left field. And we've talked about some options before this, and Loggy Allred, Dez, Spearman, all options. But we can't forget about the torpedo of speed that is Logan Holloman, Tyler.
Yeah, Logan Holloman honestly is going to be my pick for out there in left field because I mean she's just fast with it. She really had great moments last year out in the outfield, and I mean when you talk about her bat, I mean she is one of the best slap hitters I think in the country. You need her to get a bunt, she'll get a bunt. But if
Bunter
you
for
need to throw her
sure.
out there and be a pinch runner, she can go out there and be a pinch runner. She was the one that scored our first point against Texas in Game 1 last year, and really should have been almost the game winning could have been the game winning
Could have
run
been,
and
should have
ended
been.
it
Yeah,
last year. Should have been, but Logan Holloman's just great, and she's the only one that is from the like completely original Texas Tech team now.
it's true.
Now that Reagan left and now that Demi graduated,
We see you,
so
Logan.
this girl is like Texas Tech runs through her
I
blood.
kind of
Red
count.
Raider for
I
life
kind of
right
count
here.
Tony because she was like in the
Oh yeah,
freshman and
Tony, she
Sam.
counts.
But
Yes,
yes, yeah.
yeah. Logan was here for the whole coaching change, rough times, and
Yeah,
she came out of it, and she's great, doing great. Her and
good
Michaela are
egg.
best friends, making great TikToks, all the things.
They are
Definitely a vibes
hilarious.
queen and super fast. I mean,
And she is a player that, I mean, they're going to get what they can out of her this year, but again, loaded
mhm.
roster. Jerry Glasgow said on his interview with D1's softball in the Circle podcast that they asked him, like, oh, what are you going to do when Maya Davis is finally gone? You've had Maya Davis for however many years. And he said, keep an eye on Logan Holloman to play starting center fielder next year. So, like, they have big plans for Logan Holloman in this lineup and in this program. And yeah, so she'll definitely be one of the people rotating in and out in the left field. It's just going to be about how much power she added or not. Jerry loves power, but you have so much power. Sometimes you just need someone to get on base. Like you're going to get in these games
Get it in
where
play.
Logan's going to be like put in the lineup where there is a pinch hitter or she starts or whatever and says, just get on base so Taylor and Lauren and Lana and Mia can drive you in. Like you got to have people on the base. You don't want just a bunch of solo home runs, you know? So she'll be
Right.
that player for sure. And she'll probably be the first option to pinch front if she's not in the lineup. She's fast for sure. So that is kind of your players. That's your big players that you'll see playing a lot this year in some ways, shape, or form. You're going to hear those names a lot. There's a bunch of players. I'll just name them off here for you guys that are freshmen or they're kind of like walk-on types that have come in and they're gonna. You might see them play some of the freshmen. There's questions on if they'll be redshirted or not. They're very talented, but are they gonna want to burn a red shirt on a year where there's all this talent? We'll find out. I'll start off on that conversation with Mally West. We have a little bit more to say about her because today Jerry Glasgow was kind of asked about that situation. She's a pitcher. She can play both ways as well, but she's a pitcher and she looked really good when they finally got to see her in the spring. She was injured in the fall and so good they're even considering like do we want her to be an option in that bullpen or not, and that tells you how good she's been considering all the names we talked about in the pitching earlier in this episode. So we'll see what they decide there. If you see her on the field at any point, that's a sign that they have decided that she is not going to be redshirted this year. They're leaving it up to her as well. He said there's going to be conversations going on. She's going to decide. She's a competitor. She wants to play, but they also want to give her her full eligibility. So keep an eye on her. She could play. Mia Richards, freshman as well. She looked really good in the fall. Again, do you want a redshirt player or not? She got injured in the fall, but has been scrimmaging. She's a good bat. Timber Hensley, Angelina Condi, Brianna Henson. I think they're all infielders. Condi and Henson had great plays in the fall at the scrimmages we went to because it was basically like freshmen sometimes against returners. Condi was probably like my most like surprise freshman of the
Oh yeah,
fall. Like she was
incredible,
killing it. If we need a
killing it.
defensive play, like put her out there at third base. Like I don't know. So her Simona Edge is a catcher, first baseman type freshman.
She had some
And
great home runs earlier.
she did.
in
She's
fall ball.
power. She's a big player.
Power. Mm-hmm.
These are all players you'll probably see down the line. Freshman class, they're very talented, but who knows? And then Allison Dobbs, is she in the freshman class or is she a sophomore walk on? I can't remember. I think she might be a freshman.
I
I
think
think
she
she was
might be a freshman.
a late edition freshman. So there's a lot of freshmen. And then Nicolette Schmidt is the interesting one because she's not a freshman. I think she's a senior, right? But she was kind of a walk-on type or a late edition. I don't know her scholarship status or not. But she's an athlete. She ran track or through. I don't know if she's a track and field player of some kind, athlete of some kind at Houston for her last 3 years. But she played softball growing up with Maya Davis and that crew in Houston, knows a lot of these players. Decided she was like, man, I really love softball. And she just like, I just want to spend my last year of college playing softball. And so they said, hey, we got a roster spot. Come on down. And she plays catcher. Mostly she'll probably be your bullpen catcher a lot of the games out there, catching them in the bullpen. But she looked I was like kind of impressed with her in the fall for considering she hadn't played softball in 3 years. So if they need her, why not? They're not worried about burning a red shirt with her. So if they're gonna blow out or whatever, they want to give Nicolette some innings, they will. But she's an athlete for sure. She's fun. Just a cool story, really, that she wanted to. Why not go win a national championship your senior year with some friends that you play with in travel ball? Like chill. That she even has the
So fun.
option. Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun story to tell when we make it to OKC, like from Houston
Yeah, she'll
track
be
to
a
softball
popular
national champion.
media person. Yeah, that'll be a story that everyone's telling. So, yeah, get to know her. And, we're so loaded at catcher. Like, I don't expect to see her playing a lot. Like, something's probably gone wrong. But I also don't think they're trying to redshirt her. So, like, of that
Right.
group, she probably is the most likely that you'll see on the field if there's, like, a time where they want to give her some at-bats or a pinch hit or something like that. The other ones, it's like you put them out there, they burn their whole next a year of eligibility. So, it's just about that'll be a personal decision for all of them. So we'll see what they do. But they've all been making plays. Nyjah talked about, I think, Henson and Timber and Condi or someone today about how they make a lot of plays behind her in practice. And she's like, I like them because they're making defensive plays. So there's a lot of talent there, and they're getting to get to learn from a lot of people ahead of them. So, well, maybe some of those are sleepers that we're not even recognizing, Tyler. That would be wild if one of the sleepers comes from this pick. But I'll let you go first, and I'll just pick from the bunch. Who is your sleeper and who is your X factor? Sleeper. Listen, y'all want our definition. Sleeper is like someone you're like not even thinking really about that's going to be a major factor. Really, it's hard on this team to have no one you're thinking about. You know what I'm talking about. And then X factor is like, this is a catapulting where the season's going, like a major like changing the formula type player. It's not Nyjah Kennedy. We already know who Nyjah Kennedy is. That's our definition of an X factor. I was like,
Yeah.
Shout out Talia Goodman for saying that Bailey Maupin is an X factor in basketball. No, she's Bailey Maupin. Anyway,
No, no, for sure. All right. So my sleeper pick, and as you said, like not that we're not thinking about it. Us two definitely aren't. But if I have to pick a sleeper pick, I think a lot of people are gonna have to learn the name. I'm going with Logan Holloman. That's gonna be my pick. As I said,
I love
I have
that.
her out in the left field.
Let's
I
go.
think that she's super fast. She's gonna be able to be either she needs to go in as a pinch runner, slap hitter, needs to bunt the ball. I mean, she is one of the best bunts in the game. I mean, I think I have a lot of trust in Logan Holloman out there, and I just think that there were some issues last year that we had in the outfield at times. I think she can clean some of that up just by getting there faster, is able to dive for the ball. Those weird balls that like get all the way in that weird little corner, and then she's gonna have to throw it over. She has an arm. I mean, I'm going with Logan Holloman as my sleeper.
I love that. I'm a big Logan Holloman fan. Torpedo of speed.
Huge
Every
fan.
time I get to tweet that all the time. So I love that. My sleeper pick will be Jackie Liz. Again, I think she's going to be a player that can play a lot of different places. She's going to flex on them. She can come in and be a pinch hitter in big moments if we need some power, or she can go and spot someone for defensive reasons, or if they just need a day off. They're in a slump. Jackie, get out there and give someone a day off mentally, and it doesn't feel like you're losing too much. And that's just a weapon to have. We had a really, really, really good pinch hitter, like the best pinch hitter in the country last year, Reagan Jennings. Not a lot of power there, but she would get it into space and do her job. I think Jackie can do that, plus be a power bat and be more trusted, like I said earlier, in the infield. So that's my sleeper pick. Yeah, I just think she'll do some things. But yeah, so Logan and Jackie as sleepers. What about your X factor? Gonna change the whole formula of the season.
Oh, gosh, this is a hard one.
I know it's hard.
Huh. All right. I honestly, and I don't really, she's obviously an obvious X factor, but I'm gonna have to go with Alana Johnson. I say that because last season,
I'll give it to you.
I'll give it to you. And the only reason why I'm saying that is I'm just comparing last year's stat to what I've seen in fall ball. I literally think she had more home runs in fall ball than she did all of last season. And it's like if you put her in that four through six hole, wherever we're gonna put her, I really think that could be a huge part. I mean, because if you think about it, you have Maya, and I'm just going off of how fall ball was. You had Maya, Mia, and then Taylor right there. Boom, you can get all three of those on base. Alana Johnson can be your grand slam person, and she can really be the one that, or even if two of them or one of them's on base, I think she can really be the one that can start blow games out of proportion, get you in run roll territory. She's going to really be the one that can start that off and get you going offensively and really kind of help that back half of the lineup, which is still going to be absolutely great. But I just feel like she's like that turning point in the lineup because like you get all the hype, all the things right there, and then boom, Alana Johnson's going to be able to get you on base. She's also really great at stealing bases too. I mean, I'm a big Alana Johnson fan. I kind of have her as like the X factor. Just in comparison, I think she's made massive improvements from last year. And last year she was great. This year she's like, wow,
Yeah.
incredible. So that's mine.
That's fair. Yeah, if you're allowed to pick Alana Johnson, then I'm going to change mine. Because I was going to say Des Spearman and say, like, she could change the way
Okay.
the pitching staff is. Des or Sam.
I see.
Because so
Yeah.
I'm going to give you two. The third pitcher. I'll just say whoever takes hold of the third pitching spot, I think is an X
That's a
factor
good
on this
one.
team.
I was going to
Because
say
if you
Sam
can,
also.
if you can give us a true third starter that we trust, that takes a lot of pressure off of KT and Nyjah and allows them to extend longer in the season. That's how you win every single game and you don't lose a game, is if you have one of these players step up. So if you want an X factor for maybe not necessarily how you win a national championship, but how you go undefeated, all these crazy things people are saying, one of those pitchers. So I'll say them. But if you're allowed to pick Alana Johnson, I'm going to say Haley Tony. Because I think a lot of things maybe, I don't want to say fall apart if she's not good, but your team isn't as good if Haley Tony is not what you expect her to be. So that is a little bit of an X factor to
100%.
me, both defensively and what she can bring as a hitter. She really came on there as the season went. She's clutch. If you get what you expect from Haley Tony, I think you know what you're getting at third base, and you know what you're getting from second base as All-Americans. You have an All-American at catcher. You have Lauren Allred, who's proven that she can step up in big moments. We think Jackie Liz will join her, but if she doesn't, I think she will. If she doesn't step up to what we think she can be, you know you have Lauren Allred at first base. She's done it for a while. She'll be who she is. But could Haley Tony become an All-American?
No, I think she can.
If Haley Tony becomes an All-American, I mean, just go ahead and hand us the trophy.
Literally. Go ahead and hand us the trophy. And I think, honestly, it speaks volumes that, you know, we didn't really need to look. Well, first of all, we never even had to fill that position. But I think it speaks volumes that, like, really, I mean, Haley is our go-to number one. We didn't have to find anybody to try to, like, outbeat her in the portal. Like,
everybody
she proved herself.
was like, Mia
Amazing.
Williams is going to be the shortstop. Like, all these idiots.
Oh, yeah.
They made up
All
that
those
whole
idiots.
lie. And I was like, the whole time, I was like, that's
What?
just stupid. Now,
No,
Mia
why?
can play shortstop if they need her to.
Exactly.
If Haley, whatever, like, she can, but she was not. Everyone knew who the shortstop was. Like, even Mia knew when she signed here who the shortstop was.
Yeah.
Haley Tony
Like,
is the
that's
shortstop.
our team captain. What are y'all
That
talking
is our
about?
team
Like,
captain.
that is our team captain.
That was a team captain. So, yeah, I'll go with Haley. I also think the left field spot, but you kind of picked Logan, so I went a different direction.
Yeah.
But, like, I think Dez or Logan in general competing for that left field spot. Whoever wins that, or if it's a revolving door. Left field and third pitcher. I guess you could say
I
first
think
base,
those
but
are the biggest
I feel
things.
pretty confident about first base is going to give you production. Because you can put so many people there, I'm not really worried about who it is. I think it'll be a bunch of people. But who's going to be your left fielder? Who's going to be that third pitcher? That's probably your real X factors. But Alana and Haley, let's go. Real quick, we'll end it off with guess on the starting lineup for opening day or big moments. I'm gonna go guess. I'm just going off the dome here. I'm gonna guess Maya Davis start is the 1 hole, Haley Tony
I'm going
2
with that
hole,
too.
Taylor Panel 3 hole, Alana Johnson 4 hole, Jazzy Burns 5 hole, Mia Williams 6. Maybe Nyjah or KT is hitting, so I'm gonna say Nyjah on opening day if she's hitting as well. Who am I forgetting? So this is where it gets crazy. I'm Lauren Allred or Jackie, whoever's first baseman. And then if Logan is your Logan or Dez in the 9 hole because they can turn over the lineup with speed at the bottom.
Yeah. Good.
So you can have like 2 starters there. That's where I'm going. It gets a little fuzzy in the 6, 7, 8. That could be moved around. That's my guess. I could be wrong. You could see KT playing left field. We didn't throw that out there, but KT could be your starting left fielder if she's been burning it up
Literally.
at the plate like she was in the fall. If she won the job, let her cook. Like there's so many options there, and then KT would be in that left field spot. She can turn over a lineup. She could play the 9 hole as well. So a lot of options for sure. I don't know. You can change that if you want to, or agree or disagree, but.
No, I agree. It's gonna give me too much of a headache. It's gonna feel like calculus if I start trying to figure out who needs to be in what
we
hole.
haven't seen them.
Yeah.
It's just like so impossible because
Because
for
Jerry
all we
said
know,
it's based off of the last 10 days. So
for all we know,
like,
Loggy Kuroga is like won the freaking
Yeah.
first base job. For all we
literally,
know, like,
we don't know. We literally
don't.
don't know what's going on in the
We have
past
no
10
idea.
days. Yeah,
But that would be my guess: is Maya, Haley, Taylor, Alana, Jazzy, Nyjah, Mia,
I mean, holy cow!
Allred,
Just
Liz,
like.
or
I mean, you're just listing
LOL.
all this out, and I'm just like, any
Stop
team
it.
like
Oh my
heart
God, I
attack.
can't wait. cannot wait
Like,
for
I mean,
Wednesday.
this is giving me like feelings of like whenever we would play OU like 4 years ago, and it's like, oh
No,
god,
that's
oh
what
god, oh
it is.
god,
And
oh
that's why
god,
when all
like
these
that's
people
what it
get
is.
mad and say that we're the villains and we've put a stacked lineup together, OU won 4 national championships in a row.
I literally.
We
How are they not the
stopped
villains?
that.
Yes.
We stopped that, and we're
Another
the
year of boring women's
villains.
college World Series.
If they
Exactly.
wrote a comic book about softball, we would be the freaking hero. But in the reality, we've somehow become the villain because we ended their dynasty. Or it's not ended their dynasty, it's paused it in their words. Whatever. We ended their 5-peat. We're the villain. Like, they were that for years. They were beating up on people for years. Like, give me a break. So, no, we just put together a team that can compete. And they're going to go do that. As long as the chemistry's good, which keeps sounding like it's. But I think they have a pro mindset. These are all players that want to play pro, and they're just looking at this as a chance to get a little bit of preview of how it's going to be in the pros, and that they're going to have to be willing to not play every day or give and take and be able to step up in big moments when they don't get regular at bats and stuff like that. So I'm stoked. I can't wait. Like, we're really busy right now with basketball, and I'm having so much fun with basketball. Basketball till I die. Y'all know that. That's my little baby over there. But I love softball, and it's going to be fun for the next few weeks when we're covering both of them at the same time. We'll figure out how we're going to fit them in. Will be a lot of episodes here or there. But there's not a lot of games we can necessarily watch this weekend, so it's hard to really recap them fully anyway. But we'll be back to talk about the Thursday game maybe when we're previewing Houston for the women's basketball team. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. The season, it's coming up. I mean, we're less than like 2 days away, day away by the time you're watching this. So I think it's going to be such a great season. I'm really excited specifically to see how we handle McNeese State. Obviously, we're going to win, but McNeese is a pretty good mid-major. They've given OU problems in the past, and really
They
that
have a
big
really
game
good
against.
coach.
They do. They have a really good coach.
Glasgow
and
knows them well.
Yeah, from that Louisiana area, and I'm honestly really excited for that. I mean, obviously, I'll be there in College Station, so I'm kind of biased here, but seeing that Texas A&M game is going to be really that first test of the year on where we're really at as a team, and I think that game's just going to really, I think it's going to tell you a lot. Last year, College Station told us a lot, and we were like, oh wow,
In a different
like,
way.
legit,
Yeah.
in a different way. This year,
Yeah.
it's like really like, okay, where
Here's
are
the
we at?
thing, Tyler. I don't think I'm questioning where this team is at.
I know. I mean,
Is
I'm
that
not
crazy?
questioning
I'm questioning who the hell is going to be on the field and like
Yeah,
how
literally.
are we going to structure the rotation and how are the dynamics going to work? But the talent's there, so yeah, we'll find out how it all meshes
I
together
just need
because
to
that
see where
matters.
we're
But
starting off, where our floor is starting off at, because it's just going to go up from there. That's what I'm just trying to figure out. Like, is
yeah,
our floor like on the 264th story, or is it on the 275th story? That's what
No.
I'm trying to figure out. That's what I mean
Yeah.
by that. Yeah, and where we're
yeah,
going
I
to
just
find out where the team is.
where our pitchers, they gotta get all the things that work out in the work out the kinks early in the year. But yeah, I'm excited. We could talk about them more, but we've been yapping for a while, so enjoy the preview. Whether you're watching this before the season started or you stumbled on this later in the season, which a lot of y'all do, and now you're getting to be like, wow, they were really correct on that take, or wow, you were wrong on that. Hey, we're here for it. We live in the business of throwing out things, and we're either right or we're wrong. But I think we'll be right on a lot of it. But let us know in the comments if you're watching this 2 months from now and y'all are idiots. Fine, let us know. We know we get haters. We love you. But that's all I have. We'll be back to recap the games, preview the games, 2 episodes a week. I guess we'll keep it going. Until then, y'all know the drill. Wreck 'em.
Rack 'em.